Hey guys, welcome to the Leahaa Chronicles. If you're just now tuning in and you've never watched, I talk about what it was like to have a mom who has multiple mental health issues and how I grew up, and then how eventually we will go on how I went to no contact at all. So we call this the weight debate. My mom was 5 foot tall. She weighed 85 pounds. My dad was 6'3". He weighed 170 pounds. At 13, 14, I was 5 foot tall and I weighed 120 pounds. And I was very bigger chested and I was wider in my hips, but not a really big belly. And weight was a very big issue at my mom's house. My stepsister was taller. She must have been 5'5", 5'6", and she was a bigger girl. I don't know her weight, and it wasn't my place to know, but we definitely were picked at and kind of not really tortured, but like just made to know that being fat wasn't okay. And I never thought of myself as fat. I always thought, would I like to have been skinnier? Yes. But I didn't think of myself to the point of starving myself or doing bulimia or anything like that until things started being whispered in my ears more. And like, you should look more like your mom, or look how tiny your mom is. And, I remember telling my dad I needed new bras because that's who took me bra shopping. And I'd be like, hey, I really need someone to take me to get bras. And he'd be like, well, if you ate better, then you would be built like your mom and you wouldn't need them. Like just crazy things you wouldn't believe to say your children that are said. So when I first started hanging out there, I made a lot of friends on the weekends. I had already knew some people that lived in that neighborhood, and I'd made more friends. And there was guys that were, 15, 16, 17. And my mom would be very flirty with them. She needed to make sure she was always center of attention. She would go out and tan in the front yard or in the backyard if she knew they were next door, and make sure that everyone was looking at her. And if I came out and said, like, hey, do you want, I want to do this or something, and people would be like, hey, Tanya, what are you doing? And they talk to me, and she'd be like, wouldn't she be so much prettier if she was skinnier? Wouldn't she be so much prettier if she didn't have those big, ugly boobs? And just constantly just making sure that I felt low. And these people liked me because of who I was. I was funny. I was really smart. I mean, I've always been able to make people laugh no matter the situation. I was always really kind. And like, she just could not handle that they weren't looking at her. And like I've said before, my mom and stepdad were drug dealers. People were in and out all the time. And these older guys some of them were kind of creepy, would be like, I can't believe that's your daughter. Look at her boobs, and you don't even have any boobs, Leah. And she would get so upset, and just the rest of the day would be like, you really should eat a salad. You really should rethink having that hot dog. You should eat, lettuce, or, just, she was an awful person. So that's it for today.